morning, squad. Welcome back to MadMizzy Sports Morning Show. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. The number one spot for everything sports news, sports talk in the morning. And the rundown today is going to be an update on Myles Garrett injury since his car accident. We're going to get into my top 3 MVP candidates so far in the NFL. Then we're going to get into the top NBA headlines heading into the 2022-2023 NBA season, seeing that as Media Day just kicked off and we got a lot of stuff to dig in with, especially with all these moving pieces in the NBA. And lastly, we're going to end it off with Penny Hardaway, the Memphis head coach, ex-NBA superstar, being found to not have violated any NCAA rules or regulations. So let's get right into it, you dig? So the Myles Garrett injury update: since his car accident, his car accident, he was released the same day of the accident. So he avoided any major injuries. He passed all concussion protocols. His shoulder, he does have a shoulder sprain and a bicep strain, but avoided any major injuries. His availability for the Sunday coming up is up in the air, but hey, listen, you avoided any major injuries, any extensive time being out, so that's check there, and lesson learned to Myles Garrett on. I mean, I don't know what happened in the accident or anything like that, but just good to hear that he got out of there with just a sprained shoulder, strained bicep, and a couple scratches. You get what I'm saying? That's all positive vibes. But let's get into my top 3 MVP candidates so far through the first 3 weeks of the season. It's tight, man. It's real tight. And these 3 quarterbacks that I'm going to mention have been absolutely killing the game so far. Yeah, let's dive right into it. At number 3, I got Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's just been off the charts so far this season, throwing the ball, running the ball, being a field general, being like model of confidence for them. So for me, at number 3, I got Jalen Hurts. At number 2, I got Josh Allen. He's right there with my other guy, but that loss to the Dolphins and the way he lost to the Dolphins as opposed to the way my other guy lost to the Dolphins was drastically different. Josh Allen went down there and struggled mightily, missed that wide open game-winning touchdown pass, just threw it into the dirt. So for me, that dropped him down a little bit, but Josh Allen is still right there, and he started off the season absolutely torching the NFL. Maybe we just got to look at that Miami Dolphins defense like they're a little bit better, but like I said earlier, Monday's episode, I still believe that the Bills just left a lot out there on the field to be had. At number 1 for me, it's Lamar Jackson, my guy. He's just absolutely shredding the NFL right now. And the clip and the pace that he's on is unheard of, unprecedented. Back-to-back 100-yard rushing games, back-to-back 300-yard passing games. Had 5 touchdowns, back-to-back games, 10 touchdowns total in back-to-back games. That's just ridiculous. I think 4 in each game passing and then 1 in each game rushing. So this man is just absolutely on a tear right now. So at number 1 for me, it's Lamar Jackson. And like I said before, coming into this MVP conversation, he's somebody to look out for simply because, I mean, we know who he is. They are the system if he stays healthy. And then, number 1, he bet on himself. He knows what this season is about, and that's proven all the doubters wrong, including those people in the Ravens that didn't want to give him exactly what he wanted. So let's finally move off of the NFL. Let's move into the NBA. With the NBA's 2022-2023 Media Day kicking off, I just want to line up the top headlines heading into the NBA season with everybody having something to say, with all these teams coming back. DeAndre Ayton said he hasn't talked to Coach Monte since they lost Game 7. So, listen, there's a lot going on. But for me, to start it off at I guess this is in order, but this is my lowest one compared to what's the top storyline heading into the 2022 NBA season. It's just what's going on with the Philadelphia 76ers. Are they going to get a almost full season from Joel Embiid, including the playoffs? Are they going to get James Harden that kind of resembles what he was in Houston as opposed to what he was in Brooklyn and Philadelphia last year? Like, are they going to finally get over that hump? Are they finally going to get over that hump? That's the ultimate question for real, when you look at the talent that they have and you look at Joel Embiid and him being in the Eastern Conference, hey, listen, I'm looking for what are the Sixers going to look like coming this year? Because if James Harden can resemble a little bit more what he was in Houston, Tobias Harris is a solid piece. He's going to be consistent, and we know what we're going to get from Joel Embiid as long as he's healthy. I'm looking forward to see what they can put together on the court as long as all those things come together. At the next one, I got to speak on, of course, the LA teams. But which LA team, Mizzy? Let's talk about the Clippers, because I feel like the other LA storyline is a little bit bigger. But let's talk about the Clippers. Is Kawhi Leonard going to stay healthy? What's going to go on with John Wall? Is John Wall going to stay healthy? Is he going to come back? What type of player is he going to be? Is he going to be more of a shooter? Is he still going to be that slasher, athletic, dunking player? What is John Wall going to be? Is Paul George going to be able to stay healthy? What's Paul George going to be like when he comes back? And then if it all does come together, are they going to be the favorites in the Western Conference over the Golden State Warriors? That team in LA that's named the Clippers, if it all comes together, they are super talented. Super talented. So that's one of the top headlines for sure heading into the 2022-2023 NBA season, is just how those Clippers are going to look. I mean, I know it's going to take some time, so we're probably not going to get a real understanding of how they're coming together probably until the All-Star break, but it's going to be a very interesting storyline. But let's move to the Lakers, the legacy franchise. What's going to go on with Russell Westbrook? How long is he going to be there? We're back to the same old stuff this summer that they were doing last summer. Posting the 3-point videos, posting this, posting that. Are they going to, for one, the biggest thing is, can Anthony Davis stay healthy and can LeBron James stay healthy? Because if they are going to rely on Russell Westbrook, they're not going to be a playoff team. Point blank, period. But if you got Anthony Davis and you got LeBron James healthy for the majority of the season, and you got Russell Westbrook as a complimentary player that's accepting of his role, and you got these other dudes like Dennis Schroeder and Pat Bev to kind of complement the deficiencies of Russell Westbrook, they could be formidable. They could be in that 4-5-6 slot. I could see that. But it's all predicated on the health of Anthony Davis and LeBron James first and foremost. But for me, the number one storyline in the NBA heading into 2022-2023 has got to be those Brooklyn Nets, man. Is Kyrie Irving finally going to ascend into a consistent top 10, top 15 player in the NBA? We're not talking, we know where his skills are. We know what he can do, but can he consistently do it over the long stretch of a season? There's no excuses this season. This is a contract season. You get what I'm saying? And Kevin Durant just expressed how he wants to win. We know how he wants to win. So this is the time for Kyrie Irving to prove his worth to the Brooklyn Nets and to Kevin Durant and kind of amend some of his woes over the past 3 years. But moving forward, we definitely got to still look at Kevin Durant and will he become an MVP candidate? We know what he is. We know what he brings. We know his skills. But can you win outside of Golden State? Can you win big outside of Golden State? That is the ultimate question, because we seen Golden State just win with Andrew Wiggins, who everybody was calling a bust before he got to Golden State. So to see what they've done in like the sandwich years of Kevin Durant, of winning with Iguodala and then winning with Andrew Wiggins, you see with Kevin Durant is, you get what I'm saying, KD, you get what I'm saying? Andrew Wiggins got one and Iggy because of this Warrior system. So you got to separate yourself from that Warrior system. So I'm very interested to see how Kevin Durant comes into the season, if he going to come out like a dog ready to take over. Well, not take over this league because we know what Kevin Durant is, but be the MVP, clear best player in the game this year. I'm very interested to see what those Brooklyn Nets going to look like. Very, very interested. But before we end off episode 22, MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, Wednesday edition, hump day, we got to speak on Penny Hardaway being found not violating any NCAA rules of violations. I just want to say that's a big ups. And it seems like the NCAA is just in general gearing and turning towards more a time of understanding that all of the amenities and the gifts that come with playing in college basketball shouldn't just go to the non-basketball players. You get what I'm saying? They're the ones that's filling these seats. They're the ones that's selling these tickets. They're the ones that's going out there sacrificing their time, their social life, everything. So what, the universities can get billions and all that and they not get something? You get what I'm saying? I can't get a car. I can't get a will out the situation. My man getting a house. You feel me? My man getting a second house, third house. So I like the way that the NCAA is gearing towards what all NIL stuff, deals that's going on, and then just, like I said, just being more open-minded to some of the treats and amenities that these kids are going to be access to because of their abilities. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still extreme and valuable top athletes. We can no longer label college sports as amateur sports when the money that's generated isn't amateur. We can no longer do that. So I like the way that the NCAA is gearing, and I like the fact that Penny Hardaway got away from any black eyes on the resume moving forward. Because I mean, he was going through it with the James Wiseman stuff when he had the back injury, and then I think that's actually what all this is about, is some of the stuff that James Wiseman was receiving as far as treatment and preferential treatment. So hey, listen, I'm glad that it was a positive result for Penny Hardaway, and he can get back to recruiting and building a national championship team in Memphis, one they haven't had since probably Derrick Rose. So that's good news for Memphis and NCAA in general. But y'all know what it is, man. MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, Wednesday edition. Have a positive day. Hump day. Close out this week strong. Like, comment, share, subscribe, alert, listen. MizzyWorld Entertainment gang.